This is VOA News. I'm Steve Miller. A fire tore through a handbag factory in India's capital of New Delhi Sunday morning, killing at least 43 people. Reuters' David Doyle has more.
The cause of death, a doctor at one of the nearby hospitals said, was generally extreme gas intake or suffocation. Emergency services have been searching the building for anyone still trapped inside. What started the blaze is not yet known, but fires in factories and warehouses in Indian cities are fairly common, as safety regulations are not strictly enforced. Delhi State Minister Imran Hussain said there would be a thorough investigation and action taken against those responsible.
That was Reuters reporter David Doyle. One of the organizers of the protest, which took place in Hong Kong Sunday, said he estimates that 800,000 people were on the streets. Eric Lai said that he was disappointed by actions he called intimidating by the police.
We see they try to set roadblocks and try to intimidate not only the participants of the rally, but also journalists in Central. And even they humiliated some of us with our backgrounds. So this is unacceptable, and we need to tell the police that they should behave and enforce the law in a professional manner.
Crowds were so large and dense that the march ground to a standstill at times. North Korea said that it carried out a very important test at its long-range rocket launch site that it reportedly rebuilt after having partially dismantled it at the start of denuclearization talks with the United States last year. Analyst Kim Dong-Yub, an analyst at Seoul's Institute for Far Eastern Studies, said that North Korea likely tested for the first time a solid fuel engine for an intercontinental ballistic missile. For additional stories 24 hours a day, visit our website. This is VOA News. According to documents reviewed by Kyodo News Service, Japan's army during World War II asked the government to provide one sex slave for every 70 soldiers. VOA's Arash Arabasadi has more on the historical documents that highlight the state role in the so-called comfort women system.
The Kyoto report shows one dispatch from the Consul General of Jinan to the foreign minister that said the Japanese invasion had caused a surge in prostitution. It says at least 500 comfort women must be concentrated here by the end of April for Japanese soldiers. The number of sex slaves is not certain, but historians say they numbered in the tens of thousands or more. Some have denied official Japanese involvement and think the women were prostitutes who came of their own accord. Arash Arabasadi, VOA News.
A Florida representative applauds President Trump's decision to review the military training program for Saudi Arabia after Friday's shooting at a naval airbase in Pensacola. AP correspondent Mike Hempen has more.
Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz says the program should be put on hold after 4 people, including the shooter, died at Naval Air Station Pensacola.
We should pause this program. We should not be taking new incoming Saudi students until we are absolutely confident in our vetting process.
Gaetz spoke on ABC's This Week. More than 850 Saudis are in the United States for various training activities. They are among more than 5,000 foreign students from 153 countries in the U.S. going through military training. President Trump says he will review the policies governing foreign military training. I'm Mike Hempen.
Iranian President Hassan Rouhani presented what he called a budget to resist sanctions to Parliament on Sunday and suggested a possible multi-billion-dollar loan from Russia would be key to a source of revenues. Iran's currency and economy have been buffeted by U.S. sanctions and other punitive measures imposed since U.S. President Donald Trump withdrew Washington from a 2015 nuclear deal with world powers, although other signatories have labored to salvage the agreement.
Sunny days, sweeping the clouds away.
Carl Spiney, who gave Big Bird his warmth and Oscar the Grouch his growl for nearly 50 years on Sesame Street, died Sunday at the age of 85 at his home in Connecticut, according to the Sesame Workshop. The Sesame Workshop said that the legendary puppeteer lived for some time with dystonia, which causes involuntary muscle contractions. Through his 2 characters, Spiney gained huge fame and brought international tours, books, records, albums, movie roles, and visits to the White House. Follow Voice of America on social media for pictures, videos, stories, and more. From Washington, I'm Steve Miller, VOA News.